She's a gym. I didn't know her, but All-Star Weekend, we kind of bantered back and forth a little bit. And she's lovely. She has a lot of pressure on her shoulders. And I think a lot of people always have a lot to say with people they don't even know or shoes they've never been in. And for me, I think she's handling the pressure very well. She's doing a lot of great things for women's basketball.
Sophie Cunningham is already teaming up with Caitlin Clark. But the real jaw dropper? Nalyssa Smith's toxic attitude finally caught up to her. She's out. From locker room chaos to next-level disrespect, Smith was stirring up trouble, and now she's been sent packing. Was this a long-overdue reality check, or is there more to the story?
A hefty price. Now, Sophie Cunningham is a good player. She can shoot the three. She can 3-and-D it. She's pretty good on defense. She's fast. I think the Fever are looking for like the fast pace.
And I'm a fan. Like, I would love to play with her one day, for real.
Sophie Cunningham is finally getting her wish. She has always loved to play with Caitlin Clark one day. Well, guess what? That day has arrived. Sophie has joined the Indiana Fever, and fans couldn't be happier. But what makes this even better? The Fever got rid of the one player that was holding the team back, Nalyssa Smith. Yes, the same Nalyssa Smith who refused to defend Caitlin Clark on the court and brought nothing but negativity to the team.
Where are we free from, folks? We are free from Nalyssa Smith. Nalyssa Smith, no longer on the Indiana Fever. Kelly Krauskopf came in and said, "Oh, you gotta go."
I think physicality and all that they're going to get used to, but I think especially Caitlin Clark, she's been killing it, and I'm a huge fan, and I never say that, but I think it's fun what she's doing. When it comes to viewership, man, I think a lot of people have a lot to learn about our league, but I think that's a really fun thing. And if you have really anything negative to say about all the viewership and everything that this rookie class is doing, I just think that you're not capitalizing on it and you might be a little jealous. So for me, I'm all for it. I'm about it.
Sophie is the kind of player you want on your team. She respects Caitlin. She's a team-first player. She's passionate. She's exactly what the Fever needed. Unlike Nalyssa, who was a problem both on and off the court. Fans saw it. The organization saw it. And now, the Fever made the best move possible by trading her away. Nalyssa Smith was a toxic presence, plain and simple.
Nalyssa Smith is confused as to why Indiana Fever fans don't want her on their team. And it's really not that hard to understand, Nalyssa. Let me tell you why. We don't even need to take into account any of your social media outbursts. We don't need to take into account any of your subtweets. We don't need to take into account any of your drama chasing antics off the court. We don't need to take into account your passive aggressive ways. You're removing the Indiana Fever one day in your bio, adding them in the next day in your bio, tweeting other people's tweets. We don't even need to take into account all the unnecessary drama and garbage that you add to this team when it comes off the court. All we really need to do is sit back and watch you on the court. It's really not that hard of a concept to grasp.
The energy she brought to the team wasn't good. The chemistry was off when she was around. She didn't respect Caitlin Clark, and that was clear. While Sophie Cunningham has always been vocal about admiring Caitlin's game, Nalyssa showed zero interest in working alongside Caitlin Clark. She wouldn't defend her. She wouldn't play like a true teammate.
We have more breaking news. Another signing just happened. Sophie Cunningham was just acquired to the Indiana Fever. By the Indiana Fever. Oh my goodness. Within 2 hours. And guess who was gone? Nalyssa Smith is gone.
The Fever realized this. The fans realized this. And now? The team has fixed the issue. Bringing in Sophie Cunningham is a major upgrade, and Fever fans know it. Sophie isn't just a tough, skilled player. She's a leader. She's someone who lifts up her teammates, not drags them down. And the fact that she gets to play with Caitlin Clark after openly saying she wanted to? That's just perfect.
Sophie Cunningham is not finna put up with the hate and the bullying Caitlin Clark has been receiving throughout the WNBA, because we know last year that was a big target for Caitlin Clark, was to get an enforcer. And like I keep telling y'all, Kelly Cristobal is not messing around, bro.
Meanwhile, Nalyssa Smith's departure is something nobody is shedding tears over. Let's be real, she wasn't helping the Fever. She wasn't adding anything positive. She wasn't the right fit. And it showed. Body language, the effort, the way she treated Caitlin on the court. It was clear she wasn't ready to invest in the team's success. And now that she's gone, the Fever can move forward without that toxic energy. I mean, look what she has said about Caitlin in the past.
Amazing for women's sports in general. You have so many people, so many new and fresh eyes on our sport that maybe they're a little uneducated and maybe they kind of stir the pot a little bit. And so I get that. But for that class to come in, you have her, you have Angel Reese, you have some other big names, but really those two and the amount of millions of followers that they brought to our league, you have to applaud them and you have to be fans of that. Because if you're smart, it's not about money, but if you're smart, you're going to be making a lot more money too because of those guys.
However, Sophie Cunningham's arrival marks a new era for the Fever. She brings respect, she brings effort, she brings a winning mentality, and most importantly, she brings unity, something that was completely missing when Nalyssa was around. Fans wanted change, and they got it. The Fever made the right call by trading away a player who didn't fit and bringing in someone who truly wants to be there. This is a huge win for Caitlin Clark, the Fever, and the fans. The team is building something special, and with Nalyssa Smith gone, the sky's the limit. Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark together? That's a duo we can all get behind. No more toxicity, no more bad energy, just basketball the right way. Nalyssa Smith's time with the Indiana Fever is over, and it's clear the team won't miss her.
So Nalyssa Smith is now playing on the same team as DeJounte Carrington. For the first time since their Baylor days, they are playing on the same team. And even a couple of months ago, DeJounte was being asked about the potential of the two of them playing together, and she literally said, and she's like, "Oh, that's not going to happen. Because Connecticut aren't going to, because I'm not, basically said, I'm not leaving Connecticut, and Indiana aren't going to trade you." Turns out both of them got traded. And both of them got traded to the same team, the Dallas Wings.
Nalyssa Smith was such bad news to the Fever team. I mean, she wasted no time cutting ties with the Fever, instantly updating her bio to announce her move to the Dallas Wings. There, she reunites with her girlfriend, DeJounte Carrington, one of the most controversial players in the league. Carrington made waves last season for her aggressive play, including an infamous moment where she poked Caitlin Clark in the eye, sparking heated debates. With both players now on the same roster, the Wings might find themselves dealing with more drama than on-court dominance. Smith struggled to secure her place in Indiana, while Carrington is often in the spotlight for her antics rather than her game-changing performances. This move isn't just about basketball, it's a collision of personalities that could bring more tension than triumphs for Dallas.
Rest of the game, thanks.
Yeah, obviously got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me. Honestly, I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down. And
I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Show. Rudy the Hammer. And, but, appreciate all y'all who were there last night on the live for the good 2 hours. It was a great time. Upwards of 300 plus people in the room. So that was real nice to see. I appreciate y'all. We had a good old time. And for those of you who are new, please be sure to like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell, leave a comment.
Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever are thriving. By swapping Smith for Cunningham, they're building a team with real championship potential. Clark now has a sharpshooter alongside her, and the Fever are moving forward without distractions. Smith and Carrington, on the other hand, are set to bring nothing but problems to Dallas Wings. The Indiana Fever fan base has finally gotten what they wanted. Nalyssa Smith is gone, and with her departure, the negativity surrounding the team has dissipated. Fans couldn't be happier. Smith not only underperformed but also allowed DeJounte Carrington to openly disrespect Fever supporters without ever standing up for the very people who once cheered for her. Instead of embodying leadership and loyalty, she silently stood by, proving that her connection to the team and its fans was nothing more than surface level. The Fever deserved better, and now they have it. I mean Sophie Cunningham, a player who bleeds passion, hustle, and respect for the game. More importantly, she respects and admires Caitlin Clark just as much as the Indiana fanbase does. That's the kind of energy this team needed.
So anyway, Nalyssa Smith is joining her teammate and her girlfriend, Dejanay Carrington. Of course, Dejanay poked out the eyeball, damn near, of Caitlin Clark last year. This was posted right as the Indiana Fever were starting the playoffs.
But Cunningham isn't the only reason this Fever squad is now a legitimate championship contender. The mastermind behind the transformation, Stephanie White, made critical offseason moves that solidified the Fever as a team to be feared. She not only re-signed Kelsey Mitchell, one of the most electric scorers in the league, but also brought in veteran superstar DeWanna Bonner. Bonner is the ultimate difference maker, a proven winner who adds elite scoring, defense, and leadership. Her presence alone makes this team more dangerous than ever. And let's not forget Natasha Howard. Bringing her back ensures that the Fever have a dominant front-court presence who can anchor the defense and bring championship experience to the squad. With these additions, the Fever has transformed from a struggling franchise weighed down by players like Smith into a legitimate force. There's no more dead weight, no more players who tolerate outsiders disrespecting the organization and its fans.
Bonner is one of them. So Alexa Filippo, hopefully I'm pronouncing her name properly, she is the one who's been breaking all this news. She tweeted 6-time All-Star and WNBA champ DeWanna Bonner is signing with the Indiana Fever by re-signing Kelsey Mitchell, trading for Sophie Cunningham, and signing experienced vets Bonner and Natasha Howard. The Fever have catapulted into the title conversation, and I couldn't agree with her more.
Indiana fans no longer have to deal with a player who stood idly by while their support was mocked. Instead, they have players who will fight for them, appreciate them, and deliver wins on the court. The Fever are back, stronger than ever, and it's all because they cut the weak links and replaced them with winners. The future is bright, and the championship window is officially open.
Someone also, if you guys remember back at WNBA All-Star, there was this clip that was going viral where Sophie grabbed Caitlin and was like, hey, do you want to come to Phoenix? And she has been very vocal in the media that she loves Caitlin Clark's game and she would love to play with her at some point. And so I just feel like she is going to be a great fit for this team.
The Indiana Fever are embracing a new era, shedding dead weight and making way for a brighter future. The message is clear. Out with the old, in with the new. And while the Fever are stacking their roster with players who are hungry for success, Nalyssa Smith is already facing an uncertain future with the Dallas Wings. She arrived thinking she would be a key piece, but with the influx of new signings, her role is rapidly diminishing. She's on borrowed time, and the writing is already on the wall. The Fever, on the other hand, are making moves that signal they are done with mediocrity. The departure of Smith is a major step forward, as she was never the elite player Indiana needed. She lacked the defensive presence, the leadership, and the grit required to take the team to the next level. Instead of elevating those around her, she coasted through games, offering little more than occasional flashes of talent that never translated into consistent impact. Dallas may soon realize what Indiana already knew. Smith is not built for a team aiming for greatness.
The Dallas Wings have already got a replacement. Literally. The Dallas Wings have already got have already signed the replacement for Nalyssa Smith. They signed Maisha Hines-Allen. And not only that, they're paying Maisha Hines-Allen nearly a max.
Meanwhile, the Fever have fully embraced their new identity. With stars like Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, and Kelsey Mitchell leading the charge, Indiana is on a path to championship contention. The addition of DeWanna Bonner brings a veteran presence and a winner's mentality that was sorely lacking in the past. Natasha Howard's return solidifies the defense, ensuring that opponents will have a much tougher time scoring in the paint. Every move Indiana has made this offseason has been deliberate, strategic, and focused on building a powerhouse. Smith, on the other hand, is already struggling to find her footing in Dallas. With so many new signings coming in, she may soon be pushed out of the rotation entirely.
The Fever are flourishing now. Not only did they accomplish their number one priority in WNBA free agency by re-signing Kelsey Mitchell, keeping the best backcourt in the league together with Mitchell alongside Caitlin Clark, but they've now made another addition to the roster in a spot of need, bringing in veteran Natasha Howard from the Dallas Wings. Howard, a 3-time WNBA champion and a former Defensive Player of the Year.
This new-look Fever squad has the potential to make waves in the WNBA, and Cunningham's addition is a major factor. Her ability to stretch the floor with three-point shooting will create more space for Clark to operate. Defenses will have to respect Cunningham's shot, which means less pressure on Clark to force plays and more opportunities to exploit mismatches. This pairing could be one of the most exciting backcourt duos the Fever have had in years. Indiana fans have been eager for a resurgence, and the excitement surrounding Clark's arrival was already sky high. Now, with Cunningham in the mix, the energy in the locker room and on the court will be even more electric. The Fever are building something special, and the chemistry between these two players could be the foundation for future success.
Bro, she's trying to get title contentions. And I'm telling you right now, the Indiana Fever is definitely contenders. Even ESPN themselves is starting to believe that. Rebecca Lobo weighs in on it.
Cunningham has always played with a chip on her shoulder, and that mindset will undoubtedly rub off on her teammates, including Clark. She brings toughness, resilience, and an attitude that embraces competition at the highest level. That's exactly the kind of culture the Fever need as they look to climb back into playoff contention. When players genuinely support and believe in each other, it shows in their performance. That kind of positive team culture is crucial for a franchise that wants to establish itself as a contender.
I think it's a fun time to be a part of the W. I truly believe that. I think the skill and the talent has always been there, but now it's just the viewership. And
as the season approaches, all eyes will be on how this duo performs. Clark's transition to the league will be closely scrutinized, but having a vocal, experienced teammate like Cunningham will help ease that pressure. The Fever are looking to make a statement, and the addition of Cunningham is another step in the right direction. With Cunningham embracing the opportunity to play alongside Clark, the Fever's spirits are at an all-time high. The team has struggled in recent years, but this combination of youth and experience, talent and leadership, plus the attention Caitlin Clark brings to the table, could be the spark they need. The excitement is real, and the Fever's future looks brighter than ever. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.